It's a really flowing soundscape. I've heard some of the record, and Russell X I really like.
Oh, cool.
Is there anything you can tell us
Well,
about
Russell
that track?
X it's funny you say that because that one is not on the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a B-side. Yet to be released on anything. Who's giving you this information? Where's Ronan? No, I don't know. Actually, we had an earlier version of the record that we put together last May, and one of the things that we found is that we'd made a record while in the midst of a very busy tour schedule, and I think we did the best job we could, and it served as a really accurate document to where we were at the time as a touring entity, that we're going up on stage and bludgeoning out these sort of like 4.5-minute songs. But in the end, we thought that it could stand to be a bit stronger if it was a little bit more dynamic of a record, and it would benefit from actually taking some proper time, as most bands would when they finish tour, try to do a record then. So we had most of it done, and what we were able to do was kind of cut like maybe 3 or 4 more songs and then cut 3 or 4 off. And Russell X was one of those ones that didn't make the record, and I'm glad you like it though, because we like that one too.
It's a good tune.
Yeah, we're gonna use it for a Dodge commercial or something.
Yeah.
Ford.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna pit them together in like some sort of robot.
You guys
wars.
and Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, sure, exactly. I like that.
It's a good combo.
Yeah,
both Canadian.
Yeah.
Back to the album. I've heard. Well, there's Silhouettes. Is Silhouettes on the
Stilettos?
Stilettos.
Yeah, that's all right. We need
anything you
fact check. There's a guy hiding behind this bush giving me the wrong note.
He's gonna beat me later. Anything you can tell us about that track?
It's fast, and it has this kind of like, it kind of sounds like stilettos, like a whole bunch of heels. And it's kind of that one we thought maybe would be a single in the beginning, and because it was always one of our favorite ones live. It's pretty like it's
a good one. It's a good live. It's a good burner.
Yeah,
live,
it's a pretty typical Holy Fuck song because it's really like it's like Graham said, it's just kind of like just aggressive and atonal. It doesn't really have much of a chorus, but it has hopefully an energy, and I think that's sort of what we always try to do is. Doesn't have to have like a hummable melody or that lyric that gets stuck in your head, because we really don't use a lot of lyrics or if any, but we want it to have something emotive, and that song there's a keyboard I have, it's got a reggae beat, and if you speed the reggae beat up a lot and then do this ugly kind of chord, it starts to play this dug, 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 and then we kind of like when we just kind of start doing something over that. So.
Well, I mean, one question I really wanted to ask you guys was, is your goal to basically get everybody moving and dancing? Is that the goal in Holy Fuck?
It's not really
a goal, but not the goal.
Because
No,
we probably wouldn't dance.
Like that. Yeah, we wouldn't dance.
We probably wouldn't dance. If we could like somehow like hypothetically remove ourselves from the stage and put us in the audience, we'd probably be like the annoying people like going like this. Yeah, I'd be drinking a beer. And I'd be loving it, maybe. I don't know, but that's how I am at a show. I'm like, I love these guys. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm lame. I don't know how to let loose. But I don't think you have to move. I don't think you have to dance. People
Thank you,
think
because I'm not a good
it.
dancer either.
Yeah.
It's very awkward.
Yeah, exactly. I think I want people to listen. I think that's the most important thing. I think at the live shows people do dance, and I'm glad, because it's a really exciting energy to have a room full of people moving to the music. But at home, I think when we press it to vinyl or put it on an iPod and somebody hears it, I don't think it's getting played in a lot of dance clubs, because it just doesn't fit BPM-wise or whatever. It's hard for somebody to mix it in. What often ends up happening, from what I'm to understand, is people are listening to it on their iPods or whatever, like doing something alone. And that's really cool, because that means they're listening to it. And that, for me, is a big honor to know that people are like I was jogging, or I was renovating my kitchen or whatever, and that was exciting to me. That's important.
Yeah, but that makes sense for you guys. I mean, it's very soundtrack to your day.
It's like the A-Team. If you need to like build something, like the quick edit sequence.
Montage. We make montage.
Yeah. Perfect.
Are you guys? I have to ask you this question. Are you guys fans of old school video games?
I was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They weren't old school back then. It was like the newest shit around. I was like, Pong, this is blowing my mind. You play it long enough at night, you'd see it in your head. I was never a big gamer.
I suck. I can't. I aspire to like video games, but I can't play them at all. I'm not very good.
I played guns a lot as a kid. That's what we call it. Hey, want to play guns? And then you grab a stick and you pretend it's a gun. You run around the woods.
Oh wow! When were you like born? 1908?
Yeah, totally. That's what we do. Yeah, yeah. I lived in Nova Scotia. We were a bunch of hillbillies. But
what are you guys listening to right now that's really current and new that you would like to pump?
well, we kind of had a shopping spree recently.
Yeah.
We were on a press tour, which meant that Graham and I were lucky enough to go to the offices where people work with great records, have a warehouse full of records that they let you go steal stuff from.
Yeah.
So we like, it's really cool. I got a stack of records at home, and it's really cool when you come home and you're like, wow, this is somehow related to my job. I get to like get, Sonic Youth and Stereo Lab and Fucked Up and Kurt Vile and Times New Viking, and these records are like, I got these from my office or whatever. So I've been listening to those.
Yeah.
And I bought a Joni Mitchell record that I really like, and you bought an Archie Shepp record that we're both salivating over. So
Yeah, that's not really new. That's like old jazz. And yeah, I don't know. I got a really good dub record by this guy called Blackbeard.
Blackbeard?
And
As in the pirate?
And then this other, I got Zuma by Neil Young.
Nice.
I was recently. I don't know what's new though.
If we're going if we're going old, what are 5 essential records that everybody needs to have in their collection?
Oh man, Jingle Cats,
Yeah.
Scatman,
Mini Pops.
You guys answered this question before. That was
Alvin, Chipmunks Punk.
And one more, Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
All the best like YouTube little kids getting hurt montage songs,
nice.
Yeah.
So what are the plans? I mean, you guys are obviously touring, and there's a pre-order available for this too, right?
Yep. Probably.
Well, are the B-sides, will Russell X be a B-side there?
Actually, this time around, the B-sides are Grease Fire, Positive Ghosts, Jungles. Those are some of the ones we got kicking around.
Grease Fire's a cool tune.
Oh, cool,
Thanks.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't make the record. That was a hard call for us. We wanted to keep the record short, and these days,
A lot of the songs are
they're
4
long.
to 5.
And again, it's like we have this thing that we're doing, but we don't want to exhaust people with it. Like it's holy fuck. Like, and it doesn't have those, like, again, the sing-along vocals, the soccer chant. It's just kind of like what it is. So so we thought keeping it short was good. And in this day and age, people want you to put out a record that has exclusive tracks for their download thing. Like this blog wants sometimes you want to say no.
Yeah.
And then but sometimes you're like, well, that's a cool opportunity. So luckily this time around we do have a chunk of like unreleased stuff from this record that's finding its way out.
Can't be a bad thing.
I think it's good. It's always good to have more than enough and have a short record that you're really proud of, and then some curious little things floating around.
How's Kenny and Spenny?
Oh yeah, I haven't met them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those guys owe us. But after watching
I
the
thought
show,
you were gonna have like an awesome Kenny Spenny
Yeah.
story.
No.
I don't know if I want to hang out with them though.
Are you guys like Kenny and Spenny
Yeah, kind
with each
of.
other?
But with love.
Yeah.
It's the
Who's
other way
Kenny?
around.
Who's Spenny?
I don't know.
I don't watch that show enough to know the dynamic.
I
Who's
just know
evil?
that-
Who's good?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. We're both evil and good in different areas.
We don't really egg each other on to anything that involves getting hurt.
No.
We're kind of like the parent-friendly version of Kenny and Spenny. We're like,
Yeah,
we
the
try to,
boring.
yeah, who can hug, like, yeah, I'll give him
Who
a
can
hug.
hug the
Who
most
can
buddies
morally
at
support
once?
one another
Yeah.
more?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You guys must be a tight unit.
yeah, we are.
Grab. Cheers. Thanks for coming.
You're
Brian,
welcome.
thanks for coming in, man.
You bet. Thank
Best of
you.
luck with the tour and the record.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.